Let's do the blessings before the Torah. Baruch Adonai Amvarak, Baruch Adonai Amavarak Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Melech Haolam Asher Bakar Banu Mikol, Amin Vinatan Lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Bless Adonai, who is to be blessed. Blessed is Adonai, who is to be blessed forever and ever. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who chose us from all the peoples and gave to us his Torah. Blessed are you, Lord, giver of Torah. Parashat Tetzaveh, Exodus 27 verse 20 to 30 verse 10. Haftarah, Ezekiel 43 verse 10 to 27. You shall further instruct the Israelites to bring you clear oil of beaten olives for lighting, for kindling lamps regularly. Aaron and his sons shall set them up in the tent of meeting, outside the curtain which is over the ark, the pack, to burn from evening to morning before Adonai. It shall be a dew from the Israelites for all time throughout the ages. You shall bring forward your brother Aaron with his sons from among the Israelites to serve me as priests. Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, the sons of Aaron. Make sacred vestments for your brother Aaron for dignity and adornment. Next you shall instruct all who are skillful, whom I have endowed with the gift of skill, to make Aaron's vestments for consecrating him to serve me as priest. These are the vestments they are to make: a breastpiece, an ephod, a robe, a fringed tunic, a headdress, and a sash. They shall make those sacral vestments for your brother Aaron and his sons, for priestly service to me. They, therefore, shall receive the gold, the blue, purple, and crimson yarns, and the fine linen. They shall make the ephod of gold, of blue, purple, and crimson yarns, and of fine twisted linen, working into designs. It shall have 2 shoulder pieces attached. They shall be attached at its 2 ends. And the decorated band that is upon it shall be made like it, of 1 piece with it, of gold, of blue, purple, and crimson yarns, and of fine twisted linen. Then take 2 lazuli stones and engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel, 6 of their names on the one stone, and the names of the remaining 6 on the other stone, in the order of their birth. On the 2 stones you shall make seal engravings, the work of a lapidary, of the names of the sons of Israel, having bordered them with frames of gold. Attach the 2 stones to the shoulder pieces of the ephod, as stones for remembrance of the Israelite people, whose names Aaron shall carry upon his 2 shoulder pieces for remembrance before Adonai. Then make frames of gold, and the 2 chains of pure gold. Braid these like corded work, and fasten the corded chains to the frames. You shall make a breastpiece of decision, worked into a design. Make it in the style of the ephod. Make it of gold, of blue, purple, and crimson yarns, and of fine twisted linen. It shall be square and doubled, a span in length and a span in width. Set in it mounted stones in 4 rows of stones. The first row shall be a row of carnelian, chrysolite, and emerald. The second row, a turquoise, a sapphire, and an amethyst. The third row, a jacinth, an agate, and a crystal. And the 4th row, a beryl, a lapis lazuli, and a jasper. They shall be framed with gold in their mountings. The stones shall correspond in number to the names of the sons of Israel, 12 corresponding to their names. They shall be engraved like seals, each with its name, for the 12 tribes. On the breastpiece make braided chains of corded work in pure gold. Make 2 rings of gold on the breastpiece, and fasten the 2 rings at the 2 ends of the breastpiece, attaching the 2 golden cords to the 2 rings at the ends of the breastpiece. Then fasten the 2 ends of the cord to the 2 frames, which you shall attach to the shoulder pieces of the ephod at the front. Make 2 rings of gold and attach them to the 2 ends of the breastpiece at its inner edge which faces the ephod. And make 2 other rings of gold and fasten them on the front of the ephod, low on the 2 shoulder pieces, close to its seam above the decorated band. The breastpiece shall be held in place by a cord of blue from its rings to the rings of the ephod, so that the breastpiece rests on the decorated band and does not come loose from the ephod. Aaron shall carry the names of the sons of Israel on the breastpiece of decision over his heart, when he enters the sanctuary for remembrance before Adonai at all times. Inside the breastpiece of decision, you shall place the Urim and Thummim, so that they are over Aaron's heart when he comes before Adonai. Thus Aaron shall carry the instrument of decision for the Israelites over his heart before Adonai at all times. You shall make the robe of the ephod of pure blue. The opening for the head shall be in the middle of it. The opening shall have a binding of woven work round about. It shall be like the opening of a coat of mail, so that it does not tear. On its hem make pomegranates of blue, purple, and crimson yarns, all around the hem, with the bells of gold between them all around. A golden bell and a pomegranate, a golden bell and a pomegranate, all around the hem of the robe. Aaron shall wear it while officiating, so that the sound of it is heard when he comes into the sanctuary before Adonai and when he goes out, that he may not die. You shall make a frontlet of pure gold and engrave on it the seal inscription, Holy to Adonai. Suspend it on a cord of blue so that it may remain on the headdress. It shall remain on the front of the headdress. It shall be on Aaron's forehead, that Aaron may take away any sin arising from the holy things that the Israelites consecrate, from any of their sacred donations. It shall be on his forehead at all times, to win acceptance for them before Adonai. You shall make the fringed tunic of fine linen. You shall make the headdress of fine linen. You shall make the sash of embroidered work. And for Aaron's sons also you shall make tunics, and make sassage for them, and make turbans for them for dignity and adornment. Put these on your brother Aaron and on his sons as well. Anoint them and ordain them, and consecrate them to serve me as priests. You shall also make for them linen breeches to cover their nakedness. They shall extend from the hips to the thighs. They shall be worn by Aaron and his sons when they enter the tent of meeting, or when they approach the altar to officiate in the sanctuary, so that they do not incur punishment and die. It shall be a law for all time, for him and for his offsprings to come. This is what you shall do to them in consecrating them to serve me as priests. Take a young bull of the herd and 2 rams without blemish. Also unleavened bread, unleavened cakes with oil mixed in, and unleavened wafers spread with oil. Make these of choice wheat flour. Place these in one basket and present them in the basket, along with the bull and the 2 rams. Lead Aaron and his sons up to the entrance of the tent of meeting and wash them with water. Then take the vestments and clothe Aaron with the tunic, the robe of the ephod and the breastpiece, and gird him with the decorated band of the ephod. Put the headdress on his head, and place the holy diadem upon the headdress. Take the anointing oil and pour it on his head and anoint him. Then bring his sons forward, clothe them with tunics, and wind turbans upon them, and gird both Aaron and his sons with sash. And so they shall have priesthood as their right for all time. You shall then ordain Aaron and his sons. Lead the bull up to the front of the tent of meeting, and let Aaron and his sons lay their hands upon the head of the bull. Slaughter the bull before Adonai at the entrance of the tent of meeting, and take some of the bull's blood and put it on the horns of the altar with your finger. Then pour out the rest of the blood at the base of the altar. Take all the fat that covers the entrails, the protuberance on the liver, and the 2 kidneys with fat on them, and turn them into smoke upon the altar. The rest of the flesh of the bull, its hide and its dung, shall be put to the fire outside the camp. It is a sin offering. Next take the 1 ram, and let Aaron and his sons lay their hands upon the ram's head. Slaughter the ram, and take its blood, and dash it against all sides of the altar. Cut up the ram into sections, wash its entrails and legs, and put them with its quarters and its head. Turn all of the ram into smoke upon the altar. It is a burnt offering to Adonai, a pleasing odor, an offering by fire to Adonai. Then take the other ram, and let Aaron and his sons lay their hands upon the ram's head. Slaughter the ram, and take off its blood, and put it on the ridge of Aaron's right ear, and on the ridges of his sons' right ears, and on the thumbs of their right hands, and on the big toes of their right feet, and dash the rest of the blood against every side of the altar round about. Take some of the blood that is on the altar, and some of the anointing oil, and sprinkle upon Aaron and his vestments, and also upon his sons and his sons' vestments. Thus shall he and his vestments be holy, as well as his sons and his sons' vestments. You shall take from the ram the fat parts, the broad tail, the fat that covers the entrails, the protuberance on the liver, the 2 kidneys with the fat on them, and the right thigh, for this is a ram of ordination. Add 1 flat loaf of bread, 1 cake of oil bread, and 1 wafer from the basket of unleavened bread that is before Adonai. Place all these on the palms of Aaron and his sons, and offer them as an elevation offering before Adonai. Take them from their hands and turn them into smoke upon the altar with the burnt offering, as a pleasing odor before Adonai. It is an offering by fire to Adonai. Then take the breast of Aaron's ram of ordination, and offer it as an elevation offering before Adonai. It shall be your portion. You shall consecrate the breast that was offered as an elevation offering, and the thigh that was offered as a gift offering from the ram of ordination, from that which was Aaron's and from that which was his son's. And those parts shall be a due for all time from the Israelites to Aaron and his sons, for they are a gift, and so shall they be a gift from the Israelites, their gift to Adonai out of their sacrifices of well-being. The sacred vestments of Aaron shall pass on to his sons after him, them to be anointed and ordained in. He among his sons who becomes priest in his stead, who enters a tent of meeting to officiate within the sanctuary, shall wear them 7 days. You shall take the ram of ordination and boil its flesh in the sacred precinct. And Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram and the bread that is in the basket, and at the entrance of the tent of meeting. These things shall be eaten only by those for whom expiation was made with them when they were ordained and consecrated. They may not be eaten by a lay person, for they are holy. And if any of the flesh of ordination or any of the bread is left until morning, you shall put what is left to the fire. It shall not be eaten, for it is holy. Thus you shall do to Aaron and his sons, just as I have commanded. You shall ordain them through 7 days. And each day you shall prepare a bull as a sin offering for expiation. You shall purge the altar by performing purification upon it, and you shall anoint it to consecrate it. 7 days you shall perform purification for the altar to consecrate it, and the altar shall become most holy. Whatever touches the altar shall become consecrated. Now this is what you shall offer upon the altar: 2 yearling lambs each day regularly. You shall offer the one lamb in the morning, and you shall offer the other lamb at twilight. There shall be a tenth of measure of choice flour with a quarter of a hin of beaten oil mixed in, and a libation of a quarter of hin of wine for one lamb. And you shall offer the other lamb at twilight, repeating with it the meal offering of the morning with its libation, an offering by fire for a pleasing odor to Adonai, a regular burnt offering throughout the generations, at the entrance of the tent of meeting before Adonai. For there I will meet with you, and there I will speak with you, and there I will meet with the Israelites, and it shall be sanctified by my presence. I will sanctify the tent of meeting and the altar, and I will consecrate Aaron and his sons to serve me as priests. I will abide among the Israelites, and I will be their God. And they shall know that I, Adonai, am their God, who brought them out from the land of Egypt, that I might abide among them, I, their God, Adonai. You shall make an altar for burning incense. Make it of acacia wood. It shall be a cubit long and a cubit wide. It shall be square and 2 cubits high. Its horns of 1 piece with it, overlay it with pure gold. Its top, its sides round about, and its horns, and make a gold molding for it round about, and make 2 gold rings for it under its molding. Make them on its 2 sides wall, on opposite sides. They shall serve as holders for poles with which to carry it. Make the poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold. Place in it front of the curtain that is over the ark of the pact, in front of the cover that is over the pact, where I will meet with you. On it Aaron shall burn aromatic incense. He shall burn it every morning when he tends the lamps. And Aaron shall burn it at twilight when he lights the lamps, a regular incense offering before Adonai throughout the ages. You shall not offer alien incense on it, or a burnt offering or a meal offering, neither shall you pour libation on it. Once a year Aaron shall perform purification upon its horns with blood of the sin offering of purification. Purification shall be performed upon it once a year throughout the ages. It is most holy to Adonai. Blessings after the Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torato Torat emet, v'chayai olam nata bitochenu, Baruch atah Adonai noten ha-Torah. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who gave us the Torah of truth, and set everlasting life in our midst. Blessed are you, Lord, giver of the Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, asher bakar, binviim tovim v'ratza, v'devarim aneemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai aboker batorah, uv'Moshe avdo uv'Israel amo, uninvei aemet va'zedek. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has chosen good prophets and was pleased with their words that were uttered with truth. Blessed are you, Adonai, who chooses the Torah and Moses, God's servant, and Israel, God's people, and the prophets of truth and righteousness. The Haftarah. Now you, O mortal, describe the temple to the house of Israel, and let them measure its design. But let them be ashamed of their iniquities. When they are ashamed of all they have done, make known to them the plan of the temple and its layout, its exits and entrances, its entire plan, and all the laws and instructions pertaining to its entire plan. Write it down before their eyes, that they may faithfully follow its entire plan and all its laws. Such are the instructions for the temple on the top of the mountain. The entire area of its enclosure shall be most holy. Thus far the instructions for the temple. And these are the dimensions of the altar, in cubits, where each is a cubit and a handbreadth. The trench shall be a cubit deep and a cubit wide, with a rim 1 span high around its edge, and the height shall be as follows. From the trench in the ground to the lower ledge, which shall be a cubit wide, 2 cubits from the lower ledge to the upper ledge, which shall likewise be a cubit wide, 4 cubits. And the height of the altar heart shall be 4 cubits, with 4 horns projecting upward from the heart, 4 cubits. Now the heart shall be 12 cubits long, and 12 broad, square, with 4 equal sides. Hence, the upper base shall be 14 cubits broad, with 4 equal sides. The surrounding rim shall be a cubit high, and the surrounding trench shall measure 1 cubit, and the ramp shall face east. Then that figure said to me, O mortal, thus said the sovereign God, these are the directions for the altar on the day it is erected, so that burnt offerings may be offered up on it, and blood dashed against it. You shall give to the Levitical priests who are of the stock of Zadok, and so eligible to minister to me, declares the sovereign God, a young bull of the herd for a purgation offering. You shall take some of its blood and apply to the 4 horns of the altar, to the 4 corners of the base, and to the surrounding rim. Thus you shall purge it and perform purification upon it. Then you shall take the bull of purgation offering and burn it in the designated area of the temple outside the sanctuary. On the following day you shall offer a goat without blemish as a purgation offering, and the altar shall be purged with it, just as it was purged with the bull. When you have completed the ritual of purging, you shall offer a bull of the herd without blemish, and a ram of the flock without blemish. Offer them to God. Let the priest throw salt on them, and offer them up as a burnt offering to God. Every day for 7 days you shall present a goat of purgation offering, as well as a bull of the herd, and a ram of the flocks you shall present unblemished ones. 7 days shall purge the altar and purify it, thus shall it be consecrated. And when these days are over, Then from the 8th day onward, the priest shall offer your burnt offerings and your offerings of well-being on the altar, and I will extend my favor to you, declares the sovereign God. Blessings after the Haftorah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zer kol haolamim zadik, vekol adoret ahel הנאמן, האומר ועושה, עם דבר חיים, שכל דבריו אמת וצדק. נאמן אתה אדוני אלוהינו, ונאמנים דבריך, ודבר אחד מדבריך אחור לא ישב, רחם כי אל מלך נאמן, ורחמם אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הנאמן בכל דבריו. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, rock of all eternities, righteous in all generations, the faithful God who says and does, who speaks and fulfills, all of whose words are true. Faithful are you, Lord our God, and faithful are your words. Not one of your words turns back unfulfilled, for you, O God, are a faithful and compassionate King. Blessed are you, Lord, the God who is faithful in all his words.